South China Morning Post, 27th of September 2022, U.S. vows deeper India defense ties on same-day latter vents anger over F-16 deal with Pakistan. The United States is keeping Pakistan in its good books to prevent the enslavement of Pakistan by China and the stationing of a Chinese aircraft carrier fleet at the Gwadar port. A U.S. pledge on Monday to deepen defense ties with India, a key partner in its security strategy for the Indo-Pacific region to counter China's growing muscle, was partially eclipsed by New Delhi lashing out at Washington over its support for Pakistan. On the same day, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd pledged to boost U.S.-Indian cooperation. Indian External Affairs Minister Subrahmanyam Jaishankar expressed irritation over the Biden administration's approval for a $450 million this month package to maintain and upgrade Pakistan's F-16 fighter jets. For someone to say, "I am doing this because it is all counterterrorism content," and so, when you are talking of an aircraft like a capability of an F-16 where everybody knows where they are deployed and their use, you are not fooling anybody by saying these things, Jaishankar said at a book launch in Washington. The U.S. has argued that maintaining Pakistan's F-16 fleet will bolster Islamabad's capability to meet current and future counterterrorism threats. Later on Monday, Austin met with Jaishankar at the Pentagon. The two discussed new opportunities for bilateral defense industrial cooperation in support of India's contributions as a regional security provider, according to a press release. The U.S. looks forward to working with India and like-minded partners to promote security, prosperity, and transparency in the Indo-Pacific. As a member of the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, India is considered a key U.S. ally in the Indo-Pacific to counter China's expanding influence in the region. A Pentagon official last week stressed that India was central to the U.S. vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, is intimidating its neighbors, advancing unlawful maritime claims, posing a danger to marine transport channels, and destabilizing the region via military and economic force. But India's relations with Pakistan are fraught in the best of times, a wariness dating back to the latter's founding in 1947. The South Asian neighbors have fought 3 wars, with New Delhi long accusing Islamabad of harboring and exporting terrorists. Washington's $450 million deal with Pakistan is the first security assistance of its kind since 2018, when Biden's predecessor, Donald Trump, halted aid to Islamabad. Trump accused Pakistan of supporting militant groups waging an insurgency in Afghanistan against the US-backed government of Ashraf Ghani. And while the US was once Pakistan's largest supplier of arms, that distinction now belongs to China. As Beijing positions itself as an alternative to Russia in the sales of military weapons, it has provided faulty and substandard equipment to its customers, including its partners in the Belt and Road Initiative. In light of India's displeasure with the recent F-16 deal, questions loom as to whether the Quad's effectiveness could be undermined. But the Biden administration's engagement with India and Pakistan as it manages the inevitable challenges makes sense in the larger scheme, according to Elizabeth Threlkeld, director of the Stimson Center's South Asia program. The US and India don't see eye to eye on policy towards Pakistan, but Washington believes the differences are manageable, Threlkeld said. Partnering with India in the Indo-Pacific is a key U.S. priority, and the increasing cooperation between Washington and New Delhi helps to insulate the relationship from occasional friction over Pakistan. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's schedule on Monday reflected Washington's dual interests. America's top diplomat hosted a working dinner with Jaishankar on Monday, hours after meeting Pakistani Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari. On Monday, U.S. State Department spokesman Ned Price described India and Pakistan as partners with different points of emphasis. "We do have, in many cases, shared interests, and our relationship with India stands on its own. Our relationship with Pakistan stands on its own," said Price.